Hey, how's it going? Today is Tuesday. I think it's day 110, 111 of Laid Off Life. If you're new here, there's a sticky comment. It's got a link to the playlist, a link to my LinkedIn. So, kind of cool. I have not heard from the Sherwin-Williams job yet. I'm starting to think I'm not going to. But my friend made that introduction Sunday. I heard from the guy just before bed last night. I have a meeting with the Dream Company Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, which is 1 p.m. my time. Kind of excited about that. I am trying not to be excited about it because it's just a meeting. But the introduction carries a lot of weight, so yeah. So the cool thing is, the guy that I'm meeting with, his time at another company, at Stripe, overlapped with some other people I know, including my former boss from the job I was laid off from. So I texted my former boss yesterday and I was like, hey, A, did your time, overlap with M? Do you know anything about him when you were at Stripe? And he was like, 30 minutes later, hey Ryan, glad to hear from you. Yeah, my time did overlap with M, yada, yada, yada. Didn't work directly with him a lot, but did answer some of his tickets and saw him at some social events. From everything I saw, he was a super chill and a solid guy. And I was like, cool, that seems consistent with what I'm seeing. Because I found a video of the guy from when he was at Stripe, and he was giving a presentation. Seemed super chill, as A said. So, yeah. And even in the email yesterday, he was like, hey, sorry it took so long, because it took him like 24 hours to reply. He was like, my internet's been out. Verizon or whoever his internet provider was can't figure it out. And he's like, I finally found a spot in the yard where I had 5G, and I was like, oh yeah, I get it. Someone ripped the fiber feeding town with the combine right off the pole a couple years ago. And he was like, oh, haha, so sorry to hear that you understand firsthand. And then he used a little semicolon parenthesis. So, yeah. Should be interesting chat. I'll be like, yeah, so I hear you sent a lot of tickets to A back in the day. Hopefully he remembers the name. Gives us a little bonding thing, other than the fact that the CEO is my friend and made the introduction, and he's also his friend. We're both Facebook friends with him, and this guy's actually followed by my friend on Twitter, which I haven't even earned that honor. So, yeah, I've got all I can going for me, other than like an incredible amount of experience or something. So hopefully it's enough, right? I'm trying not to get excited. I actually went out and visited this company 5 or 6 years ago, and I was like, oh, they're bringing me out. This is it. I'm moving up to the big leagues. I'm getting a job. And then, no, it wasn't even about that. So I'm trying not to let too much excitement build here, because I was pretty devastated when that turned out not to be a job trip, however many years ago. Like, this is it, man. They're bringing me all the way out here, flying me out, putting me in a 4-star. I was like, oh yeah. And then it never went anywhere. Like, it literally had nothing to do with a job. So I'm trying to get burnt again emotionally. But maybe things are turning around, looking up. It's early. I got most of that tree done yesterday. One of the sprocket housing nuts fell off my chainsaw Friday when I used it last. I couldn't find it in the yard, so it's just not safe to use. So I couldn't cut any more yesterday. I was able to cut some with my electric chainsaw, but one of the cuts that would have taken 15-20 seconds with the gas-powered chainsaw literally took like 4 minutes, and the electric chainsaw was not happy when it was done. So I was like, yeah, this isn't gonna work. And that was the last small piece. So there's some big ones out there that I still need to cut. My wife will be back Friday or Saturday. She's going to leave here shortly for Missouri for a few days to go see her sisters, have a sisters week. So maybe this weekend I'll be able to use the chainsaw again. I don't want to use it when no one's here, just because safety. Like realistically, if something horrible were to happen, let me touch wood. It's pretty much going to be we put a tourniquet on it and hope that that works, because we're like 30 minutes from anything. So I would prefer to have the little added advantage of someone here when I'm running the chainsaw, because that could literally be the difference. So I'll wait for her to get back. And then, we've got all the pine needles. Anything that had pine needles is burnt. So we just have, stuff like baseball bat diameter and larger. Hopefully towards the end of summer, beginning of fall, we can just have a few like 6-7 hour burn days. And a lot of the smaller diameter stuff, baseball bat or whatever, I'll probably start burning in the solo stove, because it should chew through that stuff pretty quick. It's pine, so it'll burn pretty fast, and the solo stove burns wood pretty fast. And I can take out most of that pile in probably 2 or 3 solo stove burns of the small diameter stuff. The much larger stuff, I'm gonna have to let dry a little and then split it, and then, just burn it slowly, probably into next spring or summer. Although we're gonna use some of it to border the garden over there in the corner. Not the raised beds, because we have those fake cement stones. But over here in the front, where we have the corn and stuff right now, we're going to just use the bigger sections as like a little boundary for that garden. And then, Anyway, I'm rambling. Wish me luck. That's not till Wednesday. So you'll have another video before I talk to this guy, but I'm really looking forward to it. I truly hope it becomes something like this would be a dream job. Maybe not the job itself. It would still be pretty exciting. This guy just started this team, and I have a vague idea of what they're going to be doing, and I can kind of forecast and see what they may be doing in the future, and it would be interesting work. But the company would be a dream. Man, I've been trying to get on there for 5 or 6 years now. But the kind of people they needed have skill sets that I don't even begin to understand. So, but now that they're growing, there are roles that I could probably fit pretty well, if not ideally. And I think my friend's finally calling me to the big leagues. Man, I gotta stop thinking about it, because if it doesn't happen, I'll be crushed again. But wish me luck. I'll see you guys tomorrow.